Hey, what's your ethnicity? Hey, what's your ethnicity? What is your ethnicity? Hey, what's your ethnicity? What's your ethnicity? That's all I'm asking. You don't have to get rude. What's your ethnicity? What's your ethnicity? What are you? I'm Guatemalan, so-called Hispanic. My man right here.
Can't be.
So look, check it out. Give me Matthew 15 and 23, and that's all we're going to say. Give me Matthew 15 and 23. Quick, fast, and hurry. And we're going to death this right now. Yeah, just 15 and 23, because he...
The book of Matthew, chapter 15 and 23. But he answered her not a word.
So...
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached into heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even if she has rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. And the cup which she filled, fill to her double.
Hey, what's your ethnicity? Hey, what's your ethnicity? What is your ethnicity? Hey, what's your ethnicity? What's your ethnicity? That's all I'm asking. You don't have to get rude. What's your ethnicity? What's your ethnicity? What are you? I'm Guatemalan, so-called Hispanic. My man right here.
Can't be.
So look, check it out. Give me Matthew 15 and 23, and that's all we're going to say. Give me Matthew 15 and 23. Quick, fast, and hurry. And we're going to death this right now. Yeah, just 15 and 23, because he...
The book of Matthew, chapter 15 and 23. But he answered her not a word.
So back to the lesson. So he asked, hey, my man, you know that Christ was a black man according to the Bible? This is not Jesus Christ. This is a image that was used. You don't think Christ? You don't think so? So if I show you in the Bible, will you believe it?
Yo,
Would you believe what's up? What if I showed you in the Bible that Christ was a black man, a so-called African American?
I know.
No?
I know he's black.
I understand that, sir. I understand that. I understand that. But Christ looked like my brother right here. He did not look like this guy right here. Or do you believe that this is Jesus Christ right here? Hey, that's right. God damn it, that's right. Now Christ. Right.
Don't get mad.
Hey, real talk, that's exactly what we're here to combat, because a lot of our people, and I say our because black and Hispanic people, Native Americans, we're the same group of people. We have the same forefather. Did you know that? According to the Bible, I'm not biblically speaking now. In the Bible that they hold up on Sundays but never read, it says that me and you, we're brothers. It says that all these people up here are, according to the Bible, are of the chosen seed. Did you know that? I could show you all that in the Bible.
And Jesus Christ is a black man.
Christ is a black man. Did you almost hit the gym?
Yeah, I tell you, you have blue hair. What's this?
Yeah, Christ is a black man. Look, give me Revelation. Now watch. Can I show you that in the Bible? Can I show you in the Bible what Christ looked like? Okay, all praises. Give me Revelation 1:1 first.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1.
Good.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him.
So he's revealing Jesus Christ, who he gave unto him. Good.
To show unto his servants things which must surely come to pass. And
he gave him a revelation of things that are coming to pass. He told his servant to even show it. Jump down to verse 11.
Verse 11, saying, I am the Alpha and Omega.
So now this is red letter, right? You know what red letter is, right? So, and who's the Alpha and Omega? Right? Christ, right? Go ahead.
The first and the last.
You said who's the first and the last? Christ, right? Go ahead.
And what thou seest, write in a book.
So now he's telling Joe, what you're about to see, write it in a book. Go ahead.
And send it unto the 7 churches.
So he said 7 to these 7 churches. Jump down to verse 12. You know what I'm saying? Now watch this. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me.
So obviously somebody was talking to him. So he turned around and he saw the person that was talking to him. He saw the voice that spoke with him. Go ahead.
And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks.
Eli, turn this way. He saw one of these, right? A menorah. Boom. 7 gold. Now let's see what he saw in the middle of them. Go ahead.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
Who's the Son of Man, sir?
Who's the Son of Man?
The Son of Man. Who is that? Jesus Christ, right? I'm glad you're making all these points, God.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
So he had a big tunic. You've seen the older tunics, right? It came all the way down to his foot, right? Go ahead.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So he got a big old gold championship belt right here. Boom, right? So now he's describing what he's wearing. Go ahead.
14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
He said his head and his hairs were white like wool. What group of people got woolly hair?
It's not, but
Okay.
interpretation is not the same.
Keep going.
As white as snow.
So he said it's his texture and the color. He had a white afro. Go ahead.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So he had red eyes. Now let me ask you a question before I go to the next verse. Would it be fair to say that your feet are lighter than the rest of your body?
Yeah.
Okay, boom. I'm glad you said that. Go ahead.
15. And his feet like unto fine brass.
So what color is brass, sir? If you go in the crayon box. Like a golden brown, right? Like a golden brown. Like you. Your color would be the best description, right?
Like
now
that?
watch this. I'm gonna keep going. Go ahead.
As if they burned in a furnace.
Now if we take that brown and take a lighter to it, what happens?
It gets darker, don't it?
Right? Now watch this. Would you agree that we'll say Hispanic people. Are Hispanic people loud?
Loud.
Loud. You know, loud, like loud.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Would you say black people are loud?
Oh, yeah.
Would you say Native Americans are loud, right? Would you say Native Americans are loud?
In their own ground they are.
Okay, now I am glad you went there. Go ahead, get that. Now go watch this. Go ahead.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
Would you say many waters are loud?
Oh, yeah.
So if Christ has a white afro, a snow-colored afro, he has dark-colored feet, and he's loud. Would it be safe to say that maybe he's one of us?
What about what?
As in black, Hispanic, or Native American? Would you say Christ is a black man? Would this fit a description?
Yeah, that's what you would think, honestly, yeah.
Right. Give me Job 30 and 30. Go ahead. What you got?
I got it.
Oh, you got something else? Get Job 30 and 30. What? So if Christ is a so-called black man, what would you think the Jews are? Watch this.
This is the book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am dark but lovely.
He said, I'm dark but lovely. Get that at the King James. Watch this. Now watch this. I'm dark but lovely, right? Now watch this. Now we're going to go to a different translation. Watch this.
This is the book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black but comely.
I am black but comely. What does comely mean? Do you know? Beautiful, lovely. He said, the girl said, I'm black, but I'm beautiful. Who says things like that? Go ahead.
All ye daughters of Jerusalem.
So the daughters of Jerusalem are black but beautiful. They're dark but lovely.
The Jews.
No.
Who called Jews at that time,
Right.
they was described as black and beautiful.
Now why?
Who uses that term today? We black and beautiful. I'm black and I'm beautiful.
Oh, damn.
Now, keep going.
As the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon.
Now watch this. Give me
Now let me bring it home. Look not upon me because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me.
So the sun looked upon her, so she became dark.
Let me ask you a question, brother. When white people in the sun, do they turn black? Do the sun turn white people black? Right? Do you know that Solomon and Christ came from the same seed line, which is from the seed of David?
There's no doubt in my mind that he was from a dark race. Because
But not dark, it says black. Who do they call black today?
Nobody else calls themselves black. You know
Africans don't call themselves black, they call themselves Africans.
Select. If I can make a point, only other people that call themselves black are Hispanics. Call you negrito, negro. Everybody got a
negrito,
homie
that means
negro
black,
and negrito. Moreno.
Moreno, that's another term for black.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Prieto, all these mean dark. We got terms to describe dark people. Hispanic people got terms in Spanish to call each other dark.
So it's literally saying that the children of Israel was a dark race people, right? And Christ came from that same seed line of people, and he was described in the book of Revelation and the book of Daniel as a dark-skinned man. You see what I'm saying? With a white woolly hair, kind of like my brother right there. You see what I'm saying?
Good.
So, you know, that's the trickery. That man right there is the devil. So he's a false god.
That's right. I raised up and got older and got matured. That was history. I would never believe in him. I wouldn't have him hanging nowhere.
Hey, that's right. And you shouldn't, because that's idolatry. That goes against the very commandments that were given to us. Now watch this.
Let me ask my bro one more question. What's your name, my man?
Tommy.
Tommy? All right, Tommy, look. What's your nationality?
Well, I can say black.
Black?
Got white in it and
What if we can prove to you in the Bible that you're not black, you're not African American, but
to everybody else, I'm black.
let me ask you, let me tell you this. Not let me ask you, let me tell you this. Do you know Christ was a black man too?
Well,
And
the way you put it, I mean, what?
no, hear me out real quick. And do you know that out of all these brothers out here, this is my Northern Kingdom brother, this is my Southern Kingdom brother. He comes from the same tribe as us, right?
Right.
He comes from the same tribe as the person who the world calls Jesus Christ, right? We come from his bloodline. That is our distant relative. You see what I'm saying? He's related to all of us, but specifically to us, right? That's what they don't want to tell us. They don't want to tell us that we related to the greatest man that ever walked the planet.
That's right.
They don't want to tell us that. That's why in history they painted him to look like this man right here, right? That's what we call white supremacy. You see what I'm saying? But Jesus Christ, as we showed you in the Bible, he was a dark-skinned man that looked just like us, right? And give me Deuteronomy. My bad, I didn't mean to take over the lesson. Matter of fact, I'll let you bring it up. Let me just bring this out for you real quick, Tommy. You got somewhere to go? Okay, home, but you got enough time to hear the word though, right? Just give me like 5 minutes, man. You see what I'm saying? 28 and 68. All right, let me ask you a question. How did black people as a race, as a whole, get to America? How did our people get here in this land, America?
By a ship.
By slave ships, right? Do you know that that's in the Bible? Let me show it to you.
Yes, it is.
Bring it out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Hey, Tommy, hear it out. Hear me out real quick. Bring it out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Okay, the book of Deuteronomy means like reciting a second law, reciting the law, right? So it's basically summing up everything that God told Israel to do in the law. But in this specific case, it's telling you a specific thing that's going to happen to the children of Israel, right? And tell me if this sounds familiar, right? Bring it out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
The Most High God said, okay, matter of fact, jump up to 15. Jump down to 15. My bad.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou shalt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and the statutes which I command thee this day, that these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So look, Moses is telling the children of Israel, if we don't obey, do you remember the story to Exodus, right? The children of Israel, they was enslaved in Egypt, and the Most High God used Moses to bring them out of Egypt, right? So now they're in the wilderness. This is taking place in the wilderness when Moses is telling Israel this, right? Moses is telling Israel, if we do not listen to the words of our God that delivered us from Egypt, these curses is going to come upon us, right? Keep going.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Now jump back up to 68.
Oh, verse 68.
This is one of the curses that Moses is explaining to the children of Israel that's going to happen to them if they don't listen to the Most High God, right? Bring that out.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Egypt means bring that out in Exodus real quick. My bad. We gotta prove all things, right? We gotta prove what we're saying right quick. Exodus 20.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 20, verse 1. And the book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
That's
You
right.
got done saying that the Most High God brought the Israelites out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. They were in slavery, right? Keep going.
Back in Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68.
No, keep going. No, keep going on that, yeah.
Verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Jump up one.
Verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage, again, like I'm saying, the house of bondage in Egypt means the house of bondage, right?
Now, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with...
The Most High God shall bring the Israelites, if they, remember we were saying if they don't listen to the words of the Most High, they're going to be taken into Egypt, which we just proved means the house of bondage, right? They're going to be taken into slavery again, right?
The Lord shall bring thee again into Egypt with ships.
This time it's going to be with ships, right? Which nationality of people have been brought into slavery with ships? You just said it a couple minutes ago, right? Can you say the white man fits that prophecy, brother? How does a white man fit that prophecy? Hold on real quick. I got it. No, real quick, Tommy. How does a white man fit the prophecy of going into slavery with ships? Keep going.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, and he shall be sold unto your enemies. I did. The Lord shall bring you into Egypt again with ships.
We're going into the Israelites are going into slavery again with ships if they don't listen to the Most High God. Keep going.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
You ain't never gonna see your homeland again, right? How long have our people been over here? Have our people seen our homeland as a collective? Have we been back home as a collective of people? No. Keep going.
And then ye shall be sold unto your enemies. To your enemies. Your enemies. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
In this place that we was gonna go into slavery on ships, at this place we were gonna be sold into who?
Our enemies.
Our enemies. Who did that to us?
Thank you.
So who was the white man according to the Bible? Go ahead, bring it home, brother. Keep going.
So like I'm reading it again. There you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Hold on real quick, Tommy. Listen carefully, man. Bring that out again.
He said, there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Do you know what a bondman is? It's a slave, right? In this same place that they was gonna go into slavery on ships and be sold to their enemies, they were gonna be slave men and slave women, and then what?
And no man shall buy you.
When you go into the Hebrew word there, buy is not talking about purchase, it's talking about redeeming. That's why Christ is called the Redeemer. You see what I'm saying? No man is going to be able to redeem us out of this captivity except for Christ, right? And that's who we got to have our faith in, right? So if the scriptures say that a certain group of people, if they don't listen to God, they was going to go into slavery on ships and taken into the land and sold to their enemies as slave men and slave women, Salak, and nobody was going to redeem them. Who does that sound like, brother? Bring it home. That sounds like us, right? All praises to the Most High.
That's right. So, and like the brother said, you know what I'm saying, nobody has came to redeem us, because we'll take the example, what was just Martin Luther King. Did he try to redeem us? Try to even make us equal with the white man? What about Cesar Chavez? Did he not try the same thing for the Hispanics?
Hey, look, let me say this real quick, too. Martin Luther King Day just passed not too long ago. I think it was last month, right? Or maybe
last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, like last week.
But look, look. Do you know Martin Luther King said that I believe that I integrated my people into a burning house, right? Martin Luther King at that time realized that he had effed up, for lack of better words, for trying to integrate his people with a people that was always going to oppress us, right? But at the same time, hold on, bring that out of the curses. You shall be forever oppressed.
Hey, and another thing about redemption, if we came from Africa, Africa didn't send nobody to get us.
Right?
Nobody came over here to save us, brother.
We've been here since 1619,
Yeah.
according to history, right? Have you ever seen any African send anybody over here to rescue us? We've had people like Marcus Garvey try to take us back to Africa, but that didn't even happen because guess what? In the book of Exodus, Moses said, let my people go. And guess what? Pharaoh didn't want to let the Most High's people go. Ain't nothing, and just like we just told you, we gonna go into Egypt again, right? What was the Israelites? They was brick mounters, right? They were brick masons, right? We was building
Pyramids.
the civilization of Egypt. Who built the civilization in America? Who built the White House? You didn't know slaves built the White House now, did you? Right? Bring that, matter of fact, bring that out and curses. Look, that's in
And racism, that's another thing that started. No, Most High started racism. Most High started racism, man.
What was a form of execution towards black people and Hispanics and Native Americans a couple hundred years ago? Not even a couple hundred years ago, maybe 150 years ago. You an older gentleman. No, but what was their main means of hanging, right? Do you know that hold on, bring that out. Curses he.
Yeah, I'm getting it right now.
Okay.
I'm getting it right now.
All right. Do you know that Billie Holiday?
Strange fruit.
She had a song called "Strange Fruit," right? She actually got it. She actually got the idea from a Jewish man that was in New York, and he traveled through the South, and he said that he seen so many black bodies hanging from a tree that it reminded him of a strange fruit, and that's where he got that from. And Billie Holiday made a song after that. Go ahead, bring that out. Watch this, bro. Tommy.
This is the Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, and we'll start at verse 22. If a man have committed a sin worthy of death, he be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree.
Right? If anybody committed a sin worthy of death, they will be hung from a tree, right? Remember what I told you that if we broke the Most High God laws, that we will be a cursed people, right? So us even being in the Holy Land at that time, we was breaking all of God's commandments. So we had to be punished for that, right? Keep going.
Verse 23. His body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him by that day. For he that is hanged is a curse to God.
He who will hang is a curse of God. And our people don't like to understand that because they like, how could a God let us go through this for all this time? We've been in America for and some people don't even care no more. They just love being here. You see what I'm saying? They don't even care.
I love my saying, so I love the different things what you guys are talking about. You show me a lot of different points of the Bible. And I'm a Bible lover.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you're speaking knowledge, I want to hear it.
Right.
You know? So,
praise.
appreciate what you guys are all about. Please, glad to see you here. Hope somebody else. Your words that you call us from deaf ears.
Right.
Because they need to hear this stuff. And they just don't know. You know what I mean? Because I always tell my friends.
Hey, Tom, can I ask you a question real quick, Tommy? And I'm gonna let you get the floor, right? Okay. And let's just summarize what we just went through right now. God talking to the children of Israel, right? And he said that if you disobey my voice, you will go into slavery on ships into a land and be sold into your enemy for slave men and slave women, and no man shall redeem you. So by that logic, who is the Bible talking about?
That's right.
So who does that make us? We're not black, so what does that make us? That's right. That's right. We Israelites, brother. That's what we out here teaching. We the 12 tribes of Israel. You see what I'm saying? That's what we out here teaching.
That's right.
The Most High. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. My bad. Let me give you this one more scripture, and I'm gonna let you make your point, man. Bring that out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Right.
For thou art an holy people.
The word holy means set apart. So out of all the people, why do you think whenever we was enslaved in Egypt, he said, okay, I'm gonna be their God and they're gonna be my people. You see what I'm saying? Out of all the people on the earth, he heard our cry and he chose us to be his people, right? And the word holy means to be set apart. So we were set apart from all the other nations that's on the earth, right? And we're gonna prove that right now. Go ahead.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto him.
God did what?
Has chosen to be a special people unto himself.
Matter of fact, go to verse 1. Let them show the context of what we're talking about.
In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 1. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and has cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, and the Canaanites.
Okay, now, if you understand the story of the book of Joshua, how the Israel was taking over the land, you know who he's talking about contextually, right? He's talking to the children of Israel, right? So jump back up.
No, you good. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the...
We are a set apart people.
Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
God said that the children of Israel, who we not even believe, we know wholeheartedly, this is us. You see what I'm saying? He said that we are above all people on the face of the earth.
That's right.
Who is the best singers on the earth, brother?
God.
Who can sing better than anybody? Keep it real. You don't have to lie.
Dancers.
Right? Who's the best boxers?
Come on, brother.
In Hispanics.
Come on,
right?
brother.
Who's the best dressers? Who like give me that the salt of the earth. You know what I'm talking about. That's in Matthew
Matthew 5.
And do you know one of the terms we used to use towards ourselves was black folks or dark-skinned folks have flavor, right? You know what flavor represents, right? All right, everybody on the earth, if we are the lowest of the lowest people on the earth, how come everybody on the earth wants to dress like
That's right.
How come you got people in Africa and Asia and all of that got their hat on just like you, got walking just like you, listening to the same music? They don't even really understand English, but they bang the hell out of some rap music.
That's right.
They bang the hell out of some Beyonce. So who got that?
They try to get big booties too.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 13.
Hear this out, Tommy, real quick.
Ye are the salt of the earth.
Ye are the salt of the earth. The children of Israel are the salt of the earth. What does salt represent? Flavor, right?
But if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted?
Right? If we lose our Savior, meaning we went against our God, we broke the commandments, and now we are in captivity, right? So now whenever you look at us being the salt, quote unquote, salt of the earth, only thing they depict us as is wicked, right? When you turn on TV, you see Meg Thee Stallion shaking her booty. You know what I'm saying? You see rap music where they selling drugs and they banging up women and they being adulterers. You see what I'm saying? And the only thing that they promote us as is wicked in today's society, right? So read that again. Don't pay no attention to that.
Right. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 13. We are the salt of the earth.
We are the salt of the earth. We are the people on the earth that everybody pays attention to. Everybody want to be like, right?
Right.
But go ahead.
But if the salt have lost its savor,
if we not being righteous and keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments, the rest of the world is going to follow us in darkness and wickedness. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
But if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted?
Right.
It is thenceforth good for nothing.
Man, if we not promoting righteousness to our brothers, that's why we out here week in and week out trying to get out like brothers like you that's willing to sit down and have a conversation with us. All praises to the Most High.
Right.
We trying to connect with brothers like you, right?
Right.
Because we are the salt of the earth. But if we lose our Savior, which is our flavor, then what good are we? You see what I'm saying? If salt don't have no flavor, why would you even put it on your food, right? It ain't nothing but rocks at that point. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So if we lose our flavor, we are no good, because even though the whole world watches what we do, right? We not doing nothing but wickedness in today's society. That's what they promote. That's what they distributed to the rest of the world, us being wicked. So now we got to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. We get this all the time, brother. Don't pay no mind to them.
Yeah, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men.
If you don't got no, if you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, you're good for nothing but to be thrown out to the dogs, man. You see what I'm saying? And that's why we're here in this captivity today, because we didn't want to listen, man. Moses told us that in the Book of Deuteronomy.
That's right.
Christ warned us that it was going to be a time that comes where our land was going to be ransacked. We was going to be destroyed as a people. Moses also said it's going to come a time where we're going to be scattered among all nations as slaves. And we're going to have to serve the same, because we didn't want to serve God. We was going to have to serve our enemies. You know what I'm saying? So God gave us a choice. Either serve me, I'm the one that delivered you out of slavery. And not only that, but I showed my mighty hand. I went against Pharaoh and his magicians with the power of the Moses went against him with the power of the Most High.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And Moses, the Pharaoh didn't stand a chance. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that being said, we serve the Most High God of all the universe. Right. It ain't just the God of Israel. He's the God of everything. Right. He just chose Israel to be his special nation among himself. You know what I'm saying? We his special people. That's why we still special today, man. Right. And when you look around, you see the conditions our people in.
Oh, yeah.
In San Bernardino right here, you can look north, south, east, west.
Yep.
You see our people going through it. You see what I'm saying?
The changes outrageous, you know. But like you said, what's all in God's hands? Whatever you said, so
if you love him.
I always put myself.
Hey, do you love God, brother?
Yes, I do.
Okay. How do you demonstrate your love for God?
I don't do the things that I used to do no more. I used to be out here sinning left and right. But one day, it just happened. And I want to be with him, so I got to do what he says to be with him. If I don't, I'm going to be lost, and I don't want to be lost. Because I know that with him, and a lot of people don't think so, but it is. But the judgment day, don't find it.
But we don't want to wait until judgment day before we get right with God. That's the point. You see what I'm saying?
If you don't get right before then, you're lost.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. I changed my life over because of what he said I need to do.
So
now, it's not easy.
So Tommy, what did he say you needed to do?
God, I'm putting in a little.
Bring that out, let me show you what God say we need to do, because you say you love God, right? Let's show you how. Let me show you how you demonstrate your love for God. Go ahead.
This is the book of John, chapter 14, verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
The Most High God said if you love him, then you got to keep his commandments. You see what I'm saying? So, what is his commandments?
It's a lot.
It's a lot. How many commandments are there? No, it's more than 10, brother. No, the 10 commandments are basically a summary, right? In the Most High, in Moses, he went to Mount Sinai a second time. The 10 commandments is what he brought down. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead.
So, like, give me Exodus 18. I'm gonna show you the difference between. I'm gonna show you the difference.
There's a lot of commands in the Bible.
Now I'm gonna show you the difference between the 10. What the difference really is between the 10 and the other 613. Because 613 commandments, the 10, there's a reason they're special. Start at chapter, so like if not 20, Exodus 20. So like that was my bad. So Exodus 20. First read verse 1, and then you're gonna jump down past the 10th commandment, which is like verse 18 or something.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying.
So he said, God spake. Now jump down past the 10 commandments. I think like verse 18. Now there's only one difference, right, between the 10 commandments and the rest of the other let's say 500 and 595?
No.
595?
10, right?
10 minus 613. Yeah, there you 606. Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
603.
Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna show you the 10 and the other 603. How I didn't know that I do math every day is beyond me. But
I just studied math.
Exodus 20 and verse 18.
Good.
And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountains smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off.
That's the only difference between the 10 and the other 603. Is the fact that the Most High God spoke those,
Right.
and the rest were like, nope, we're gonna. Matter of fact, keep going on
They
that.
gave up.
And they said unto Moses, speak thou with us, with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die.
See,
There
so
you go.
the only reason is because we were afraid. We heard the voice of God. Literally heard the voice of God. We're like, nope, we're scared. This ain't gonna happen.
That's
this
right.
is not gonna happen.
I love that.
We hear his voice, we're gonna
I love that
die. What's that, King?
I was just saying that's a good scripture.
Moses tried, the Most High tried to give the children of Israel the law himself, but they were scared whenever they heard it. So they said, no, Moses, we want you to just translate what this dude is saying to us. We don't want to hear it.
That's what he's saying.
So now, if we, what did you have, Moses?
Just imagine Yahweh the Father saying something to you. It made everybody literally fear everybody.
Now you say you love the Most High, right? You love God. Give me 1 John 5 and 3 out. Brother Kushan, Sarge.
I know what he did.
Now I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you what the love of God is, and I'm gonna show you the very last book of the Bible where I show you what Christ looked like, what it is that we're supposed to be striving to do. Whoever got it first, let me know. 14 and 12. Go ahead.
The book of Revelations, chapter 14 and 12.
What?
Here is the patience of the saints.
So now the saints, right? Because you go to church, huh? You have these. Did you grow up going to church? Oh, okay.
But I listen to Gino Jenkins.
Okay, Gino Jenkins. He got cut up by my elder, man. He got disproved by my elder on YouTube. Look up Sakari versus Gino Jenkins. That dude, it's because look, here's the thing. I'm gonna show you a couple things. I'm gonna show you now the saints, right? I'm gonna show you what the saints are patiently waiting for. Go ahead.
Here are they that keep the commandments of God.
See, there are those that keep the commandments of God. Now, here's the problem, right? With the Pharisees, the scribes, a lot of these people. They kept, okay, so nowadays, driving a Benz or a Beamer or even a Bentley, that's a status symbol, right? You pull up in that, you're the man. You got a Gucci belt, you got on the latest drawers. That's back when we were in our homeland, the law was our status symbol.
Right.
So we would rock, see what these brothers got right here? These fringes, this border of blue, this is a lawful thing. This is a commandment. I'm gonna show it to you in a little bit. But what we would do back in the day for a status symbol, we would expand our borders, make our fringes longer so everybody could see that, right? Like, yeah, that man keeping, now he's keeping the commandments so that everybody could say that, right? But now, the problem is that they focus just on that. They would commit a sin, they would murder, they would commit adultery, because we saw it in the time of Christ what happened. And then they would go sacrifice an animal, and they would be clean. But they would leave the person out there they did the sin with out to dry. Hence the example of the woman, right? Now watch this. So now, we got to keep the commandments. That's a given. Go ahead.
And the faith of Jesus.
So we got to have the faith of Christ too. Because Christ never, what I have you holding? Give me Matthew 5, Matthew 5 and 17. Give me first, you got 1 John 3 and 7? 3 and 5, Salaki. Go ahead. Now, you said you have the love of God, right? You love the Most High, right? So I'm going to show you what that looks like according to the Bible, right?
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 5.
Good.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. Who is he that overcometh the world?
Verse 2.
Okay. By this wise we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep his commandments.
See, so it's always about keeping these commandments. Keep going.
For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
So we got to keep his commandments. His commandments are not at all grievous.
Right.
Give me Isaiah 8 and 20. Now I'm going to show you something. Why I tell you shouldn't be listening to these pastors. I'm not saying, hey, follow me. There's a ton load of Israelite groups out there that teach what we teach. Which the importance is the faith of Christ and the keeping of the commandments. Now, these people don't teach you that because the Bible tells you to have a beard. Does Gino Jenkins have a beard? Because I see his picture. He has just this, right?
It's not a beard.
And he can grow a whole beard. I can see it.
No, he don't have a beard. He has what you call
right?
Goatee.
Now, he can physically grow one, but he chooses not to. That's breaking the commandment. Does he have all his hair, or is he bald, clean bald?
It's a sin to have long hair for a man.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not a sin. No, it's not.
It's not in the law.
It's not. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. Hold on, I got you. Now, what Paul's talking about is being effeminate. For instance, I got a lot of hair, but you can tell the difference between me and a woman by the style of hair I do. Because if I braid my hair the same way a woman braids her, because I get my hair braided sometimes. Would a guy get his hair braided in the same style? These two braids right here are not the same thing as having a design like a woman would. Well, that's what Paul was talking about.
Well, I don't know.
Because let me tell you this.
Samson had locks.
Do you believe in women preaching?
Yeah, what?
Women preaching?
No, sir, I do not. The woman should only teach her children and the women under her.
I got it.
You got it? Give me that. You give me drop whatever I had you holding. I will go back to it. Give me number 6. I'm going to show you something. Now, what is a sin according to the Bible? Matter of fact, get that and give me 1 John 5, 3 or 4. Yeah, number 6 and 1 John 3 or 4. Let me ask you a question. According to the Bible, what is a sin? Like if you were to read the Bible,
fornication and
a list of them, right?
Yeah.
But what is it defined as? Because those are examples of sin. Those are examples, and they're great examples of sin at that. They're great examples of sin. But what is sin? Not an example of it, but what is the actual definition? 1 John 5, 3. Yeah, 1 John 5. 3 or 4, Salakia. What is it?
Blaspheming against the Holy Ghost.
Right? Okay, so that's speaking against the Holy Ghost is a unforgivable sin.
Yeah.
Blaspheming the Holy Ghost. Give me that.
The book of John, the first book of John, chapter 3 and 4.
Good.
Whosoever committed sin.
See, so whosoever committed sin. Now we're getting into the definition of sin. Go ahead.
Transgresseth also the law.
He transgressed the law. He breaks the law, man.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Because sin, by biblical definition, is the breaking of the law.
Right.
So, in order for something to be a sin, it has to be given. Now, give me number 6. I'm gonna show you long hair in the law not being a sin at that. Good. Start at verse 1.
The book of Numbers, chapter 6, and from the top.
What?
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, say unto them, when either man or woman shall separate themselves to vow a vow of a Nazarite, to separate themselves unto the Lord.
So now they made themselves extra holy because we're a holy people. But the Nazarites, they're more holy, they're more separate because they do certain things that the Most High God commanded them to do, extra things that not everybody in Israel is commanded to do. For instance, go ahead.
3. He shall separate himself from wine and strong drink.
So he can't drink alcohol. A Nazarite cannot drink alcohol. He separates himself from wine and strong drink. Go ahead.
And shall drink no vinegar or wine.
Go ahead.
Or vinegar of strong drink.
Now watch. I'm going to show you something else. Jump down to where it says, boom, jump down, verse 5. Now watch this. Now I'm going to go to verse 5. We're going to get into the hair. Go ahead.
Verse 5. All the days of the vow of his separation, there shall no razor come upon his head.
So the whole time he's a Nazarite, he can't cut his hair. He can't go to drink alcohol. These are things that everybody else can do, but if you're a Nazarite, you can't.
Okay.
For like Samson, I know you know Samson, right? Yeah. John the Baptist was a Nazarite. He couldn't cut his hair. He couldn't go to funerals. He couldn't drink alcohol except for the time of year that it's commanded of us.
So as long as they kept that vow, they had to keep their hair.
Yeah.
So say they took the Nazarite vow for 5 years, right? You think this brother's hair gonna stay one length, or is it gonna grow? You see what I'm saying? And God commanded them not to cut
shave his hair. Yeah, you're not supposed to be bald. Like you seen the so-called Mexicans, how their cholos are bald? Yeah, that's a sin. You know what I'm saying? When you go bald, you're sinning. You're sinning against God, and it's a minor sin. You know what I'm saying? Now, what did Christ? Now give me Matthew 5:17. What you got? Oh yeah. Now you asked about women teaching, right?
No, I know that.
You know. See, okay. So, and of course, that's advice. It's not necessarily a commandment, but we know women drive off emotion, men drive off of logic. If me leading this school, me and my brother are the leaders here, right? So we're not gonna make rash decisions and be like, you know what, they pissed me off today, so we're gonna go combat the Jehovah's Witnesses or the Muslims. No. But if we see them on our corner, we're gonna walk up like, hey bro, what's up with that Bible? You know what I'm saying? Because we know that's strategic. They're trying to push a doctrine that's not of Christ. You know what I'm saying? And we can't have that.
And every man that has a woman knows that, you know, her emotions always get the better of her logical thinking. You see what I'm saying? So that's why.
What up, brother?
There's never been a woman leading the.
Yeah, like if you're historically speaking, there isn't a woman that led the nation. There's a woman that advised her husband who led the nation, Deborah. I want to say Judith, huh?
Harriet told me she kind of did it.
So I mean, we brought up Harriet. No, okay, I thought it was y'all. So I'm like, man, I feel you, bro, but not right now. You're defeating the purpose. No, but scripturally speaking, it's always the man that's meant to lead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's always, and we see Christ, David, Solomon, Moses,
Yahweh.
Joshua. Yeah. Matter of fact, give me that. Give me Exodus 15:3. Exodus 15. Now I'm gonna show you. You want water, sir?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. You know, we gotta be hospitable to our brothers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But like we were saying, we always knew that the Most High God, He, you know, even Him as a leader is a man. What you got? Matthew 5:17. Hold that. I'm gonna show you this real fast.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 15 and verse 3. The Lord is a man of war. Yahweh is His name.
You know what I'm saying? When we go to the Hebrew, it doesn't say the Lord, it says Yahweh. That's in the Tetragrammaton, that's what that is. When you see Christians talking about Yahweh, some people say Yahuwah, Yahweh, all that goes back to Yahweh, the Paleo Hebrew. That's why, like, brothers, you hear me say a lot, Khan, meaning yes in the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? So we do speak Hebrew. We can read Hebrew. We do know the Koine Greek, so it's not like you're dealing with a bunch of dummies up here. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Because a lot of pastors go to school, they go to seminary school, right? They go to seminary school, right? They go pay, and I always say, well, you're gonna go pay a white man to teach you your history, because if we keep going in the scripture, the Jews are black. That's undeniable. You know what I'm saying? The children of Israel are these people that are oppressed, the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American.
And Tommy, can I also say this, bro? If you ever, just real quick, if you ever look the Israelites up on the internet, YouTube, versus Christians, you will never see a defeat. And the reason why that is because the Most High said that He only gave His word to the children of Israel. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
And He ain't never dealt with any other nation.
That's right.
As far as His word. You see what I'm saying? And in the book of Ezekiel, are you familiar with the valley of the valley of dry bones?
Yeah.
You're familiar with that scripture, right? What that scripture is talking about, or what that chapter is talking about, is Israel being asleep in a sense, and then at some point in history they're being rewoken to their identity and they're coming back. So what you're saying right now is those brothers you just seen across the street with the same type of garments that we have on, same type of uniforms, they not part of our congregation, but them as brothers doing the same thing we doing. Right. And that's and that's a prophecy from the Most High that all of Israel gonna start waking up, and the Spirit of God is gonna be on us to wake our people up. Lord. Us being these dry bones, meaning us being in America in a dead state, right? That's right. And from this dead state, we gonna wake up to know who we are, and from there, this place is gonna fall. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And the brother makes a powerful point. What I have, Jordan? Give me a Baruch 2:30, I think. It's something like if it's my Bible, it's highlighted. I know that. It's like in 2 or 3 when it's talking about the dead Israelites. Now watch. Now let me ask you a question. Do you think Christ did away with the law?
No.
Real? right? And we could prove it, and that's beautiful that you say it, because a lot of people be like, nah, he did away. I've had people literally, it was in Spanish one time, but literally tell me that keeping the law is satanic. I've heard a pastor, Clifford Dollar, maybe one of those pastors, right? One of the mega church pastors say that keeping the law is sinful. But if you go to the Bible, the law is, you know what I'm saying, sin is transgression of the law. So how is keeping it become a sin? You understand? And that Christ said, beware of false prophets, right? That'll speak the other thing, right? Now watch this. What you got? Oh, boom, you got it.
Let me elaborate on this.
Oh, good.
Bring it out. Look, Tommy. Can you agree that Black and his brother, if you don't mind, Yahweh, what's your last name? Perez, right? What type of last name is that? It's a Spaniard last name. What's your nationality according to modern standards? He's Mexican, right? What's your last name?
Garcia.
Where did that last name come from?
Spaniard,
right? That's Spain is way over there in Europe, right?
Yeah.
My last name is Stevens, right?
That's English.
And that's an English last name. So we are the only people on the face of the earth,
right?
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that carry our oppressors' last names.
Right.
You cannot go to China and see a Chinese man last name Thomas. You ain't never gonna see a white Johnson. I mean, Asian Johnson.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
East Indian. You never see an East Indian Rodriguez.
Even when you go to the native people of Africa, you're not gonna see them without. They might have a name like Jacob, or they might have a common first name, but their last name is gonna be Bakbek. You see what I'm saying? So we the only people on this earth. I'm not trying to be funny, but I am. We the only people on this earth that carry our oppressors' last name. You see what I'm saying? And with that being said, that's what happened to the children of Israel. That was prophecy, right? So go ahead.
Hey, it's crazy that he went there. Give me yeah, my bad, G. Give me Jeremiah 17:4. No, I know you because what you're gonna bring out and what he's gonna bring out. Now watch. I'm gonna explain something to you why he went to this book. Are you familiar that the evangelical church, the Protestant church, boom, with modern day Christians, evangelical, Pentecostal, all come from the Protestant church? Are you aware that in 1881 they removed 14 books out the Bible? Are you aware of that? And only 12 of them exist in the Catholic Church. That means these Catholics removed 2 books, 1st and 2nd Esdras. They removed these books out the Bible. Now I'm going to read something to you, and you tell me if that sounds like it should have been removed. Go ahead.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 2, and verse 30, in the Apocrypha. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves.
So, does that sound like it should have been taken out? Because it's saying the same thing Deuteronomy and other books are saying, right? But not only that, they took out something key. It said in the land of their captors, that's where they remember us. Why would you want to take that out? Right? Because now you walk around and everybody's calling you black, but that's a color in the Crayola box. Because where's the country of black at? But then they call you African American, right?
Right.
I'm not a geographer. I'm not a cartographer. However, what I do know is that Africa and America are 2 opposite sides of the world.
Right.
I do know that. So then how are you from both? And then we'll put away the America. Why Africa? There's 52 countries, right?
Right.
52 countries in Africa and hundreds of tribes.
Right.
Which one do you?
In over 200 dialects, languages spoken in Africa.
So where do you fit in there? Right?
We don't know, right?
But then, if the so-called black man in America was, let's say, African, why has no African came here to defend y'all? Like Cadet Cornell had just said, right? Why hasn't Umfufu in them riled up and got on a boat and come here and try to liberate so-called black people?
That's right.
And let me elaborate on your point. If you was to ask any, I'm gonna go back to the Asians, the East Indians, all of them. If you ask them where their ancestry started at or where they came from, do you think they'll be able to tell you? Like, I came from Asia, my people were 12th dynasty, so on and so forth. We came from the samurai. They'll be able to tell you all these things, right? Because they know their history. When you ask the black or Hispanic, we don't know nothing past or before colonization and slavery. You see what I'm saying? That's where our history begins for the average black and Hispanic person.
That's right.
It begins whenever Christopher Columbus came here in 1492, and then for black people whenever the English came over here, took us from Africa in 1619 and brought us over here. You see what I'm saying? And they don't teach us nothing past that. You know why? Because the Bible says that we are the children of Israel, God's special people.
Even to his point, even to my sergeant's point, we went to there's a movie. Remember we watched it? I watched that trip at Birth of a Nation, right? They told the little boy, they told Nat Turner that he could read every book but the Bible. No. Oh, they only read that book.
In the movie Birth of a Nation, Nat Turner was anointed when he was like 8 years old, right? And this is true history, right? So whenever he was growing up, his slave master favored him, so she was teaching him how to read the Bible. So he was taking little bits and pieces of words out the Bible, and he was learning how to compound sentences and learn how to read in general, when she was only teaching him certain stories and all that. But then he grew up and he got so learned in the Bible that he didn't even have to look at the words. He can look up to his audience and just focus in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? That's how I learned this brother was as a slave. And then Nat Turner, he led one of the most successful slave revolutions in American history today. If you don't know that, you can look. His name was Nat Turner, and yeah, he had got he believed in the Bible. He read the Bible. He taught his people the same thing that these people are going through in the Bible. The Israelites, it's the same thing we going through. So he basically told so-called African Americans that we are the people in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? So this knowledge goes back even as far as the 1800s. This ain't just us out here. The Most High put the Spirit on us because now there's more brothers out here teaching this word. But at that time, the Most High ain't gonna completely let us be defeated. When you read in the Book of Maccabees, they had a small army going against a massive army. When you look at the Haitian Revolution, it was a small army of Haitians that went against the French army, which during that time was the most dominant army in the world at that time. And the Haitians whooped their ass. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Sit them back. You see what I'm saying? And from there, yeah, our people always gonna be oppressed until the day of restoration.
Right.
Not saying some of us, not saying we can't better our life and we can't be better people and we can't, you know what I'm saying, individually live better lives. You know what I'm saying? But as a nation of people, if you look around, this is what's going on. See what I'm saying? That's
Right.
All right.
And then, no, but the point I was making, remember when she tells him this is your book or something? It's in the same scene when she starts teaching him to read. You know what I'm talking about though, right?
I can't feel my feet.
But she tells Nat Turner that no, just read the Bible because that's your book.
No. This is what you talking about.
Go ahead, you got
it. In the movie, the slave master had whooped Nat Turner's ASS. You know what I'm saying? And he had basically punished him. So after that, his crops had it was a bunch of locusts that came and raided his crops and ate all his crops dry. So the slave master, and I'm paraphrasing, the slave master told him, tell your God, you know, basically, I'm sorry to stop. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say your book, he said your God.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So whenever the slave master's crops had got attacked by the locusts, the slave master acknowledged that Nat Turner's God was the God of the Bible. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
never mind. But yeah, I was gonna make another point.
Oh no, so going back to us being even them describing us, right? So it says in the land of our captivities, we're gonna remember who we are. Ain't it ironic? Like nowhere else do you see this phenomenon they call as the Hebrew Israelites, right? Where you see black and Hispanic people standing on corners and as they say, shouting at white people, which we really don't. You know what I'm saying? We really don't even care about them, to be honest. To be honest, I'm here to wake up my people, the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American. Nobody else is of my concern because nobody else is going through what we're going. Nobody else is walking around with another man's last name.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody else is walking around speaking another man's language. Because I'm so-called Guatemalan, right? We go to Guatemala, we speak Spanish. Not one of these people that are related to my family look like a white dude that speaks Spanish. All of us look like this. Right? You know what I'm saying? None of this brother's family looks like Spaniards. I don't know. I've never seen a man look like a British man related to this man. And I know this man like damn near most of my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that we gotta understand that who we're set out to follow. You know what I'm saying? Who we're set out to wake up. Now give me you got Matthew 5? Or no, Jeremiah? Oh yeah, give me Jeremiah 17:4. Watch this. Even the Most High God even warned us that this would happen. Go ahead.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 17:4.
What?
And thou, even thyself,
Say even you, Tommy. He said, go ahead.
shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
So we're discontinued from our heritage. Obviously, we don't belong here. We're oppressed here. You know what I'm saying? We're not in our land. We don't got a name. We don't have a language. You know what I'm saying? We're victims of colonization. You know, and you know what's funny? They try to say, why do we still call them? What do you think gentrification is?
That's right, same shit.
Because I just moved out. I moved like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. I moved back home from LA, and when the impression I had when I moved there was, okay, it's gonna be kind of hood. I'll be all right. I've not seen that many Asian or white people in my life. Like, and I'm from San Bernardino. I'm from here. You know what I'm saying? And then my grandma's from Echo Park. I used to spend summers there. When I was a kid, it looked like everybody was Hispanic. As I got older, and even now, it's a bunch of white people. So they're still doing the same thing to us. You know what I'm saying? They're taking our land, calling it their own. Not only that, they're making you feel like you're the one that's in the wrong for even being there.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
what I just say, in a land that don't belong to us. Who do we serve? Because everybody, black, Hispanic, Native Americans, we got to serve for the white man. Because I work for a warehouse, right? Who do you think the owner of that warehouse company, or that company that runs the warehouse is? A white man, right?
Let me make the whole point. Look, this is to elaborate on the point I was making. How we had our last names taken from us, right? And we was given European last names. Hold on, let me see if you can see this. This is called slavevoyages.org, right? And these are the names of the slaves that they had documented. And it's telling the tribes right there. But one thing all these names have in common is that they have the word Yah, which is the surname that was given to the Israelites, which means like when they say Yahweh, you say Yahweh. So the slaves that was brought here, they had Hebrew names. You see what I'm saying? And then those Hebrew names was taken from us, and we was given European names. You see what I'm saying?
Yo, see how they even took our names from us. My bad, bro. You got any questions?
The reason why I shine consistently, I put words together scientifically and create life and energy when I write this biochemistry. Mind so bright that I can get the blind sight when I speak. Let me give you insight up on my life up in these streets. We say we black, we don't know our right identity, cause we was taught and brainwashed by white supremacy, killing each other, but we scared to fight our enemies. We need to remember we brothers and unite to get us free, cause they thrive on our genocide of misery. They tried to make our bloodline a mystery and hide our history, but eventually come to light to any eye witnessing, nigga. Revolution.